It's quite an honor, and in this room goes back 102 years. A lot of different decisions were made right at that table. That's where Mayor David Lawrence sat, Sophie Maslow, Dick Kelligeri. The city went through a lot of different things in 102 years as well. Above us, Ebenezer Denny, the first mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, actually fought with Hamilton and Washington at the Battle of Yorktown. It was a 19-year-old major in the Continental U.S. Army. Today we recognize something that's been very much a part of the people who call Pittsburgh home today, recognize, and that is the importance that you've played in our lives. 60 years you've given to yourself through the Pittsburgh Pirates, a part of what many of us were the best times of our childhood, others the companionship of family. You did it on the field, you did it off the field, you did it on the air. You presented it in a way that was truly your own style, but really reflective of what we look at as the best characteristics of Pittsburgh. And we want to recognize you, especially tomorrow, as you're there at Steve Blass Day with the Pittsburgh Pirates, recognizing that throughout this entire city of how hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who you will never meet, getting the opportunity to say thank you.
Thanks so much, Mayor.
Let me read the proclamation. Whereas Steve Blass was born in Canaan, Connecticut in April of 1942. The son of a plumber, Steve's connection to baseball began at home. His father, Bob, was a semi-professional pitcher in Canada. And whereas Steve's love of baseball was clear at an early age, he would play hundreds of games with a tennis ball, bouncing the ball against the family barn. He'd act out full games with two teams while keeping score. And whereas a right-hand pitcher, Steve made his debut in Kingsport, Tennessee in 1960, before making his major league debut with the Pittsburgh Pirates on May 10, 1964. He would join the team permanently in 1966 and went on to pitch for 10 seasons in the majors. And whereas Steve was a key player in the 1971 World Series against the Baltimore Orioles, he recorded 2 complete game victories, allowing only 7 hits and 2 runs in 18 innings of work. He remains the last National League pitcher to throw a complete game in Game 7 of a World Series. And whereas after retiring as a professional player, Steve remained here in his adopted hometown of Pittsburgh. After years of performing community service for the Pirates, he moved into the broadcast booth in 1983. Over the next 20 years, Steve would become synonymous with the Pittsburgh Pirates, calling games until 2004. And whereas Steve has continued to work home games and has become beloved by fans, his contemporaries, in the greater city of Pittsburgh community. After 60 years with the organization, countless games, pitches, championships, and more, Steve has chosen to retire this year. A Pittsburgh Pirate for life, he has simply said, "It feels right." Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, William Peduto, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, do wish Steve Blass the very best in retirement and thank him for his incredible 6 decades of service to the Pittsburgh Pirates and the people of Pittsburgh. Furthermore, declaring Saturday, September 28, 2019, is Steve Blass Day here in our most livable city of Pittsburgh. Well done.
Thank you so much. Very kind. That's overwhelming. It's quite an honor, Mayor. Thank you so much. The kind words. And I'm continually asked if I'm going to stay in Pittsburgh when I retire. Absolutely. I am a very proud citizen of this city. We live in the city boundaries now in Mount Washington, and Pittsburgh is our home. We moved here permanently in 1972, and this city welcomed our family with open arms. We're two small town people, my wife Karen and I, two small towns in Connecticut. We didn't know anything about any cities, and everybody in this town made us feel welcome everywhere we went, the restaurants, the gas stations, the grocery stores, and you don't forget that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're not going anywhere. We are Pittsburghers. We are fans of the Steelers, the Penguins, and all our college teams. We're very happy here, very happy. They say that you always go back to where you grew up if you're an athlete. No, not in this case. We are here for the long run. It's been incredible. And I will go back to 1960 when the Pittsburgh Pirates, when I was 18 years old, gave me a chance to play professional baseball. My dream. You know, we all have dreams. We all have dreams. Not all of us get to live them. And I'm living mine to this day. It's been unbelievable. This Pirate organization that gave me the chance. My buddies say, you know, it could have been the Mets, could have been the White Sox, could have been this team, could have been anybody. Yeah, it could have been, but it wasn't. It was the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I'm so proud to represent them. Loyalty is a huge, huge word to me, second only to family. And because the Pirates gave me this opportunity, I will never quit on them. They will always be my team. They will always be our team, and I'll never, ever give up on them because that kind of stuff is so important to me. So not going anywhere. This year has been a wonderful, absolutely wonderful whirlwind. I've been tugged and grabbed beautifully all over the place. It's been very, very busy, but people here have been so kind, and I can't wait for tomorrow night. I would like to go up to Section 214 or 118 or 307 and thank everybody in every section. I won't get a chance to do that, but I'm going to spend the rest of my time on this earth, if I'm able, when I run into people in the city of Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas, and thank them for caring about the Pittsburgh Pirates, caring about me on the mound, and caring about our family. It doesn't get any better than living in Pittsburgh for me. It's a manageable city. It's got all the amenities, the sports, the arts, the medicine, and it's manageable. I mean, you can find your way around here. You can get in and out of the city beautifully. I mean, it's an ideal city for everyone, especially a couple of small town kids from Connecticut. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I've been very, very proud. You don't stay with one organization very much for 60 years. It doesn't happen. So it has to be a two-way street. The Pirates, when I got out and they were looking for a couple of broadcasters or an extra broadcaster, they gave me an opportunity to do this, and it's been unbelievable through ownership changes, and I've gotten to know so many people, and I'm very proud. This means a great deal to me, Mayor, and I don't know what else to say other than I'm very happy. It has been a wonderful journey. I almost consider my life to be a 77-year party. My baseball record was 103 and 76, but I consider myself at age 77 to be 75 and 2. I had 75 great years. I had 2 really rotten years too. But you know, I think you learn as much or more about yourself when you're struggling than you're sailing along. And during those 2 years, the people in Pittsburgh sent hundreds of notes to me, and I don't think when I was struggling those 2 years where I ever received a negative letter, and that meant to the world to me. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And so proud to represent this city and bring a championship and be a teammate of Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell and Bill Mazeroski, 3 Hall of Famers. How good is it to pitch in front of 3 Hall of Famers? I mean, you got Willie at first, Maz at second, and Roberto on right. Just hit that ball in their direction. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. But so proud to be a part of that team. And I look at this, and you know, it means a lot. You know, we got a check for it, not like they get now, but it's not about the money. It's about the Danny Murtaughs and the Willie Stargells and the Clementes and all the other guys who never got quite as much attention. So I'm going to miss going to the ballpark. I really am. I miss these guys, my baseball family, Terry Rogers and Greg Brown, who I happen to think is the best in the business. I really do. I really do. And Mark, I've got the greatest boss in the world, Mark Garda. Mark's job, we have 5 broadcasters, is to keep all 5 monkeys in a barrel. And we keep jumping out, and I think he's got one of those whack-a-mole hammers with our names on it. But he does a great job, and there's nothing better than working for a friend. So very proud of them, and my son Chris, who I'm very proud of, that works in the city. It's been a wonderful existence. I don't think I'd change anything other than maybe pitching 8 more years, but I wouldn't change a thing. The things I dreamt about, I had a chance to do, and with wonderful people. So that's basically what I have to say. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to entertain any questions. But
what does it mean to you getting this recognition from the city of Pittsburgh today?
it really justifies my existence in the city as a citizen in the city. I didn't dream of that. This will be in a prominent place in my home. It really will be, because you can be an athlete, but I think one of the things I'm proudest of, along with pitching for the Pirates, is that I joined a group of people that told me that you need to be part of the community if you are going to be a professional athlete here. And I'm glad you asked that question, because I wanted to mention that. So I've gotten involved. I've gotten involved in the city with junior achievement and family hospice and cystic fibrosis. And I've got that disease that Greg has. We have trouble saying no. And so we're like all over the place in the off season. But I'm proud to be involved, to give back and be involved in the charities. As professional athletes and retired athletes, shame on us if we don't go and explore what we can do in the community, because we can get in some doors that maybe not everybody can get into, and shame on us if we don't pursue that. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And so the reason I've survived is because I've tried to take the idea of trying to have a little time for people and be kind. And if you as an athlete in this city, I don't know about other cities and I don't care, but if you have time in this city to reach out this far, the people in this city will come a mile to talk to you. All you got to do is take a minute and be kind. That's all it takes. And it's so easy. It's so darn easy. And I've found that to be the case for all the years living here.
Are you going to do anything other than go to the ballpark?
Whatever I want. I'm going to be involved with the Pirates in a kind of an ambassadorial role, do some part-time stuff representing the Pirates in various functions, appearances, charity events, and so forth. I'll visit the lounge suites up on that level so I can watch ball games, and I'll take my grandkids and Chris and his boys to ball games and have a dog and a beer. I mean, I've been wanting to do that for a lot of years, a beer and a hot dog on a weekday afternoon game in this beautiful, phenomenal ballpark we have. I live on Mount Washington. I look out down on Heinz Field. I look at the point. I look at our ballpark. My wife can see where I go in the garage, so she knows I'm going to work. So everything is perfect. It is that 77-year party that I've been living. But yeah, I'm going to catch up with my life and my wife. Karen has been with me every step of the way, the good times and the bad. And those 2 years were very tough. When Chris was small and his brother was going to school, and the kids who the year before wanted them to get my autograph for them, and now they're saying your dad's a bum, and kids do that, and they don't mean anything, but it was a tough 2 years, but we got through all that, and it's all worked out. So yeah, I'm gonna catch up with Karen. It's my turn to catch up with her. I'm going to introduce her tomorrow night as St. Karen. Just saying.
Oh, definitely.
This means a great
And
deal.
Clemente Museum.
Yeah, absolutely. This means the world to me.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough.
I was in first grade in 1971, and it changed my life.
Did mine too.